Geologists know that the amount of water locked up as ice on land meant that there was less water in the oceans. More importantly for the future of the U.S., the retreating Pacific and Arctic Oceans left the seabed between America and Siberia high and dry. But a doubt still remains. The men who lived in Paisley Caves 14,000 years ago could conceivably have reached America by sea. But that theory is diminished by the discovery of this artifact. This is a tool that has been carved out of a bone belonging to a camel race, more commonly called the Western camel.
You can see the curvature of the bone here. This is the outside of the bone. It would have continued on in quite a large arch all the way around. What they have done is saw this piece out, and then they have sawn in teeth right here, running all the way across.
The animal that died here was the ancient ancestor to the two-humped camel now found in Asia. Few people know it evolved in the U.S.
Camels have been here for about 40 million years, so what has been surprising to me is the fact that people didn't know that camels were here.
In fact, the earliest camel fossils ever found were discovered in South Dakota and predate finds elsewhere in the world by millions of years. The finds are clear evidence that camels evolved in America and once lived nowhere else on the planet. So camels, which couldn't have migrated by sea, could only have crossed into Asia via a land bridge. But a mystery remains. Fossil records show that camels disappeared from North America 12,000 years ago. Scientists want to know why.
There is no doubt that at the end of the last ice age we saw a substantial reduction in the number of species here in the Western Hemisphere. So what causes those things? It's possible that weather changed so dramatically, so quickly, that they could not adapt.
Shut up.
Back in Denver in the Ice Core lab, Jim White is examining the piece of evidence which could confirm that the Ice Age killed off the camels.
This is a really fascinating piece of ice, and one of the most important pieces of ice that we have in the collection. This is the aha moment of climate change.
The evidence is an ice core, a frozen time capsule recording the temperature of North America 12,000 years ago. It shows that the U.S. suddenly got even colder.
We've opened our book of climate. And if we read the book from today, going back in time, that's page 12,000. And imagine, if you will, from this moment back in time, we had 1,000 years of cold.
It's evidence of the last gasp of the Ice Age. Another
after this game, we're going to hop on, play a little of this, and then we're going to go to Grandpa's and grind.
These abrupt climate changes can be a 10 degrees Celsius change in temperature in 50 years or less. Temperature changes of a degree Celsius per year, sustained over several years.
That is a 16-degree Fahrenheit fall in temperature.
You're looking at going from Miami to Montreal kind of change in climate.
The big chill occurred quickly. But it lasted nearly 1,600 years. It was a deep freeze so great that it proved too much for North America's camels, mammoths, and other large animals.
We're on a roller coaster of climate change. It must have been extremely stressful for the plants and animals that were living during that time.
This final deadly big chill of the Ice Age ended 10,000 years ago. It was the last time ice advanced across the continent. Scientists investigating the legacy of the advance of America's ice sheets have discovered coprolite, strong evidence that glaciers caused the sea level to drop, exposing a land bridge that linked Siberia to North America. And this ice core, which records the final deadly deep freeze of the Ice Age. Next, scientists investigate how the end of the Big Chill marks the beginning of the warm period America enjoys today, and how that may spell disaster for some of her greatest cities. Deep freezes over 2 million
Don't
years
tell me
have
I
seen
crashed.
giant ice sheets rampaging across North America. That ice crushed, scarred, and flooded the land to create some of America's most recognizable